With more locations in the US than even McDonald's and an impressive 44,000 locations across 110 countries, today Subway is a giant in the fast food world. But it all started with just one small sandwich shop and a young man's dream of paying for college. In this video, we'll dive into the incredible rise of Subway and how it grew to become America's most widespread fast food chain. But more interestingly, how they went from fast food icon to struggling franchise. The Subway story begins in 1965 when 17-year-old Fred DeLuca needed money for college. He reached out to family friend Dr. Peter Buck for advice, and instead of giving him advice, Dr. Buck lent him $1,000 to open a sandwich shop. They called it Pete's Super Submarines, and their goal was simple: serve fresh, affordable sandwiches to the local community in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Fred and Dr. Buck wanted to bring something different to the fast food scene. In the time when burgers and fries dominated, they offered fresh-made subs with a variety of toppings, giving customers more choice and a healthier option. In 1968, just 3 years after opening their first shop, Fred and Dr. Buck rebranded the Subway and started their expansion. So in 1974, with 16 stores under their belt, they decided to try something bold: franchising. By selling franchises, Subway could grow fast without the huge cost of opening each location themselves. Instead, individuals who believed in their brand could buy a franchise and start their own Subway. This strategy worked like magic. By the end of the 1980s, Subway had over 1,000 stores across the US. Subway didn't stop there. In the 90s, they went global, opening stores around the world. By 2002, Subway had more locations in the United States than any other fast food chain, even surpassing McDonald's. That's right, Subway was the biggest fast food chain in America by store count. So what set Subway apart from its competition? One of the biggest things was their focus on freshness and health. Unlike many fast food giants, Subway promoted the idea of fresh, made-to-order sandwiches. In the early 2000s, they introduced the now famous slogan, "Eat Fresh," and customers loved the idea of a healthier fast food option. Around the same time, Subway gained even more attention when Jared Fogle, a college student, claimed he lost over 200 pounds eating Subway sandwiches. This was a huge boost for Subway's reputation as a health-conscious brand, and it helped them attract more health-focused customers. To keep up with trends, they introduced new items like wraps, flatbreads, and salads, all aimed at offering healthier, more customizable options. They even let customers choose exactly what toppings they wanted, which became one of Subway's signature features. As the market changed, Subway continued to adapt. They redesigned their stores to create a fresher, more modern feel, and added digital ordering options to make it easier for customers to grab a quick meal. This focus on change has been key to Subway's growth and longevity. But like many major brands, Subway has faced its challenges. Competition from fast casual restaurants like Chipotle and Panamera offered fresh, customizable options too, and some customers felt that Subway's quality didn't live up to its Eat Fresh promise. This led to a decline in sales and the closure of thousands of stores in the past decade. Subway's growth has taken a sharp turn. From mass store closures to high-profile scandals and quality concerns, Subway's fall from the top has been fast and messy. We're exploring the decline of Subway and how it all went wrong. The story of Subway's decline really begins in 2016. For the first time in the company's history, Subway closed more stores in the US than it opened. That year alone, they shut down 359 locations, ending their decade-long streak of expansion. It was a turning point for a brand that had been known for constant growth. The closures continued. In 2017, Subway closed over 800 locations in the US, followed by another 1,000 closures in 2018. The pattern was clear. Something was wrong, and Subway was struggling to keep its doors open. Despite having more locations than any other fast food chain in the US, Subway's store count continued to shrink year by year. By 2020, they had closed nearly 3,000 locations since 2016. Many franchise owners simply couldn't keep up with the company's strict policies and high fees, especially with shrinking foot traffic and declining sales. And it wasn't just the number of stores declining. Subway's sales had also been failing for years. Despite having more US locations than McDonald's or Starbucks, Subway's average sales per store lagged far behind, with revenue numbers much lower than those of their competitors. Adding to Subway's trouble was one of the biggest scandals in fast food history. In the early 2000s, Jared Fogle, Subway's unofficial spokesperson, famously claiming that Subway sandwiches helped him lose 200 pounds. For years, Jared was the face of Subway, appearing in ads and promotional campaigns nationwide. But in 2015, Fogle was convicted of serious crimes involving child exploitation, leading to a 15-year prison sentence. The news shocked the world, and Subway scrambled to cut ties with Fogle. However, damage was done. Subway's brand image took a major hit as the scandal dominated headlines, leading many customers to rethink their association with the brand. But the issues didn't stop there. Over the years, Subway has been plagued by consistent complaints about the quality of its food. Customers have criticized everything from the freshness of the ingredients to the authenticity of the meat. Take, for example, the tuna controversy in 2021. A report claimed that the tuna in Subway sandwiches wasn't actually real tuna, sparking outrage and even lawsuits. Subway denied the claims, but the damage of their reputation was done, with people joking about mystery meat and questioning what they were really eating. Or consider Subway's bread. In 2020, a ruling from Ireland's Supreme Court determined that Subway's bread contained too much sugar to legally be classified as bread. It was another blow to the brand's Eat Fresh image, as customers started questioning Subway's commitment to quality. Customers have also shared negative experiences online, describing sandwiches that don't look anything like the ads, inconsistent portion sizes, and ingredients that don't seem fresh. All of these issues chipped away at Subway's once strong reputation for providing a healthy, quality fast food alternative. Behind the scenes, many Subway franchisees were also struggling. Subway's franchise model is known for being low cost, which made it easy for many people to open new stores. But over time, franchisees began to feel the pressure of high fees, strict regulations, and mandatory participations in promotions that often cut into their profits. With so many Subway locations in close proximity, franchisees often found themselves competing against each other, driving down profits. Many franchisees felt they weren't receiving enough support from the company and had to rely on their own resources to stay afloat. Some franchise owners even closed their stores in frustration, adding to Subway's growing list of closures. Subway now working on improving its relationship with franchisees, offering new support programs, and reducing some fees to help owners succeed. However, whether these changes will be enough to win back customers remains to be seen. Subway's story is a reminder of how quickly success can fade in the fast food industry, from a eat fresh, healthy alternative to a brand weighed down by scandals, bad reviews, and declining sales. Subway's decline shows the challenge of staying relevant in an ever-changing market. Today, it's focused on bouncing back. They've refreshed their menu, launched new advertising campaigns, and are experimenting with new store layouts to create a better customer experience. Time will tell if these changes will help Subway regain its footing in the fast food industry. From a single sandwich shop to over 37,000 locations worldwide, Subway's story is one that will never be forgotten. They changed the fast food landscape with their franchise model and healthier menu options, and proved that even in a competitive industry, there's always room for new ideas. What do you think? Will Subway make a comeback? And what is your order when you go to Subway? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for tuning in to learn about Subway's rise to success and to understand the franchise's struggle that has now lasted almost a decade. Stay tuned for more stories on the biggest brands in the world.